The first time a prop firm paid me, I celebrated. I called my brother. I took screenshots. I actually thought I had finally become a trader. I had no idea that one payment was going to cost me the next $40,000. Looking back, I wish they had never paid me at all. Not because the money was fake, because it convinced me I was. Every time someone asks me how long it took to get profitable, I almost lie. Because saying 3 years is not the painful part. The painful part is explaining why it took 3 years. And the reason is sitting right there in that first payout. The one that was supposed to prove I had made it. Let me tell you what those first 9 months actually were. I had spent about $10,000 getting there. Evaluations I failed. Resets I bought. Small accounts I lit on fire, one after another, telling myself each one was tuition. And then everything just worked. For a few weeks straight, every trade I touched went green. I would click buy, and the market would go exactly where I needed it to go. Back then I walked around like I had finally cracked it. But I had not changed at all. The market had. And I never once thought, maybe I am just getting lucky. Not once. So I did the only thing that made sense to me. I made the account bigger. If a small account made me a few hundred, then a bigger account makes me a few thousand, right? I had the formula now. I just needed more fuel. I remember the night I funded a much bigger account, and I want you to hear the exact voice in my head, because that voice is the whole video. It said, "You already proved you can do this. Now stop playing small." That one sentence cost me the next 2 years, because the market that had been reading my mind stopped reading my mind. And now I was wrong with 4 times the size. What came next was not one big dramatic loss. I almost wish it had been. It was slower and more humiliating than that. I would build an account halfway up, feel that old confidence come back, size up too fast again, and give it all back in a single afternoon. Then do it again, and again. Blow, reset, rebuild, blow. I lost count somewhere around the 10th account. I remember opening my banking app one night and realizing I had spent more on evaluations that month than I had on rent. I just stared at it. I do not even remember for how long. And I could not tell anyone. Because a week earlier, I had been telling people I was finally making it. Every month I convinced myself I had finally found the missing piece. New indicators, new strategy, new rules. The only thing I never replaced was the person clicking the button. It took me years to admit this. I skipped something. I skipped respecting the market. It let me win before it ever taught me how easily it could take it all back. I never got the months of losing small. I got confidence I had not earned and size I could not handle. And when I finally became profitable, nothing about it looked impressive. Smaller positions, smaller wins, quieter days, less excitement, more money. Real consistency did not feel like a breakthrough. It felt like a downgrade. The day I got humble was the day the account finally stopped going backwards. So when someone asks me how long it takes, this is what I actually mean. The clock does not start when you get your first win. It starts the day you stop believing your early wins were skill. For me, that day came almost 2 years and about $40,000 after the payout I was so proud of. I am green now. I made all of it back and then a little more. Not private jet money, the quiet kind. The kind where the account goes up slightly more often than it goes down, and I have finally stopped sabotaging it. I do not think blowing all those accounts made me a trader. I do not think losing $40,000 did either. The thing that finally changed me was admitting that my first payout was never proof. It was temptation, and I failed it. If you have ever had one good month and convinced yourself you had finally figured it out, I know exactly where that story goes. I made a whole video about the year I lost $50,000 and the 5 things it finally taught me. It is the closest thing I have to everything I wish I knew on that Tuesday afternoon. I will put it right here. Welcome to Trader Confessions.